Hi there. In this video, I'm going to show something new that I have added to SPUC, and maybe that is something that you were looking for. So I'll be showing how you can set up click to move mechanic for your game. What you can do with it is you can click anywhere, and if you have the NavMesh set up, it's going to go to that place. So if I click on outside, it uses NavMesh path calculation to figure out where it needs to go. This setup is done with Visual Scripting using my SPUC package. Also, if you click on any of these coins, it actually goes and interacts with those, and I'll show how to set that up. And also another demonstration is if you click on this barrel right there, I set up my character to start hitting it. That's what we'll be showing. And the new node that I have added to SPUC is this click to move. It has the standard enable disable and enable on start functions, just like every other node that I've created. And the other settings are for determine when you have reached the target. The example that I'm showing here and setting up, this is also available with the SPUC package. You can play around with them, or you can even use them as a starting base for your game. So this template that I'm working with is called The Lost World, and it's going to be located in SPUC Game Templates, The Lost World. And so let me show how I configured it. So I am using NavMesh here. So for my world, I have created the NavMesh surface. So if you're not sure how to create that, you can go under AI, NavMesh surface, and that will create a new one. Then you can do your configurations, click bake, and that will create that surface. So I can actually disable that one. So this is a new surface that I've created. I'm not going to use that one. So let me clear this one and remove, so we don't have any extra nav meshes in our game. That's pretty much how you create NavMesh. And also for calculations, you need to make sure that you go to AI, navigation, and in here you can configure the size of the agent that you're going to be using. So this is the configuration that is used right here to calculate the NavMesh surface. If you need more details about how to set that up, you'll be able to find some YouTube tutorials on that. The other thing is for my character, I have a NavMesh agent set up, and it's going to give you the component that you can use to interact with it. So once you have the NavMesh agent, the next thing is to create a script using the click to move preset node. It's pretty simple to actually create a script, and this is pretty much it. I'm gonna remove it and I'll create it with you guys, and so that I can walk you through the step-by-step how to actually get it working. The other thing that I have here is if you click escape, it clears all the saved scene states and restarts the scenes. So that is for the coins that I have in my scene. Like every node that I try to create, the goal is to make it as simple as possible to add the mechanic that you're looking for. So if I want to add click to move, I can do that by just adding click to move. And that is pretty much it. You'll be able to use it to get your character to walk around, and that's pretty much it. But if you click on one of these coins, nothing happens because there's no interactions that we've configured for them to happen. So it just goes to that point, and that's pretty much it. So let's go, and I'm going to show how you can configure the interaction with the objects that you click. How the click to move preset is configured is when you click on anything in the scene, it uses a raycast coming from your camera to find the object in the scene that you clicked on. If the object that you clicked on is set to a tag, something beside on tagged, then that object is going to be set as a target that you're going towards. If the object is moving, it will still try to follow that object. If that target is set, the character is going to try to move towards that target, and once he reaches to a distance that you configure here, 0.5 units, at that point the reach state will be triggered. You'll be able to also get the target object here. How you configure it is, let's add a switch here, and we will add the tag that we're looking for. So we're going to say point. So my coins, if I click my coin, the tag that I'm using here is a point. So that's why I'm going to be looking for a point as the tag. From this game object, we're going to get component, get tag. And now, based on that tag, we can use the switch statement to determine what we want to do. So if it's a point, so right here I have a coin, I do have a custom event attached to it that can trigger the pickup. So now knowing that, we can do trigger a custom event, and we are triggering the pickup event and use this game object to trigger it. After we pick up that coin, we do want to clear that game object so it's no longer be a target, so we can run clear, and that will clear the target object. So let's test that out. So we have a coin here, so let's click on that, and once it reaches that point, it picks up the coin. Now we also have this barrel here, and at this point, if it reaches that, I have the tag set to enemy. Since we don't have anything that does for it, it continues to trigger the reach state until we do something about it, or we just walk away. So let's add the ability of using that enemy as well. So let's add a switch for enemy, and for enemy we're gonna hit it. So let's use a cooldown, and every second, if we're still next to the enemy, we will trigger the hit animation. So set trigger is called hit. So that is configured, and we click on the barrel, comes up and starts hitting that barrel once a second. So if we change this duration faster, the player is going to start hitting the enemy faster. And that is pretty much it. You can continue and add more tags that you support for different actions that you want in your game. This node is going to be available in SPUC version 1.3.2. So if you want to start using the node, now you know of its existence and how to use it.